I highly suggest that you go and get yourself some snacks and a drink before you start this video because I have a lot of albums to talk about. Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well and you've had a fantastic week this week. I'm Lindsay, your host of the Heavy Metal Journal and writer for the Moshville Times, and today I am back with an absolutely stacked New Metal Monday where I talk about my favourite new releases of the week, and I have 11 brand new albums that I want to talk about, which I think is a record for this channel on the New Metal Monday series. Now, I'm going to fire through these as quickly as I possibly can. This will be a rapid fire review video. Otherwise, we will be here for hours. So let's jump straight into these. Okay, so first up on today's list, I have Howling Giant with Crucible and Ruin. And this is the third studio album from the psychedelic doom metal band from Tennessee in the US. Harmony-laden, clean vocals. There's no guttural vocals throughout this entire album. It's purely clean vocals. Lots of really cool, catchy hooks, and a lot of elements of psychedelic doom and groove metal. This is a ridiculously catchy record. Incredible storytelling, intricate yet smooth and flowing guitar work. The guitars in this are spectacular. It's got a driving rhythm section and a lot of really cool layered and textured synth work throughout that weaves in and out of the guitars and the drums to create this absolutely magical atmosphere. This is a really easy listen, but it's so enjoyable and fun at the same time. Heavy emphasis on the groove and the doom side of things with a lot of really cool psychedelic elements. This is going to keep you hooked and engaged throughout the entire album. So if you are a fan of the likes of Green Lung, Chemist and Elder, this one is definitely for you. Plus that album artwork is absolutely stunning. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up I have Spite with New World Killer. And this is the fifth studio album from the death metal deathcore band from California in the US. Now this album goes ridiculously hard. You've got your chugging riffs, slamming bass lines, and absolutely insane blast beats, and those guttural growls are ridiculously powerful. When I say that this is a heavy stream of constant breakdowns and callouts, I mean it. It's savage, it's punishing, but there's a lot of really cool groove stompy stomp moments underneath that foundation. This goes hard from beginning to end. It's a solid 32-minute assault, and I absolutely love every single minute of it. So if you are a fan of the likes of Thy Art Is Murder, Whitechapel and Fit for an Autopsy, this one is definitely for you, specifically if you do like Fit for an Autopsy. I absolutely adore that band, and I got huge influences from Fit for an Autopsy when I was listening to this album. It's catchy, it's groove-laden, but it's going to completely annihilate you. Definitely check it out. Okay, so next up I have Biana with their self-titled debut, and this is atmospheric black metal from Italy. This album had me hooked from the very first second until the very end. It is absolutely stunning. The black metal is incredibly raw, aggressive and fiery, and it goes straight for the jugular once again. But then when the doom metal and the atmospheric flourishes come into play, which play a huge part in this album, it creates an absolutely beautiful contrast. But speaking of contrast, I have to make a special mention to the vocal style on this album. The clean vocals are very soft, they're very enchanting and almost spectral, and they lull you into a false sense of security. They really do lure you in. But then when the blackened screams and growls come in, they are powerful, they are despairing and incredibly aggressive, and they drag you down to the depths of hell after the soft vocals have lulled you in. I absolutely love the contrast on this album, and I cannot get enough of it. It's haunting, it's atmospheric, full of harsh melodies, and a lot of really cool progressive moments, but it flows incredibly well. This is an absolutely stunning debut, and I absolutely loved every single minute of it. So if you are a fan of likes of last week's Remina, Heresies or Murker, definitely check this one out. I absolutely adored this album and I cannot get enough of it. Okay, so next up I have Thrawn with Vurious, and this is the fifth studio album from the black metal band from Germany. Now this is raw, aggressive black metal with a lot of really cool, atmospheric moments that weave in and out of the tremolos and the blast beats, but there's something very primal and ritualistic about this album. It feels like it's invoking an ancient spirit from its slumber, and it's absolutely stunning but so devastatingly heavy. But not only do you have a lot of keyboards that kind of weave in and out, you've also got a lot of really cool 70s and 80s style synth, which creates this very ominous atmosphere, as well as the black metal side of things. This album is full of gritty melodies, there's something very muscular and commanding about its presence, and I found it highly addictive. It has a very dark kind of air about it, and I absolutely loved it. So if you are a fan of the likes of Hate, Fulcandra and Necrophobic, this one is definitely for you. I love my black metal to have a lot of really cool, harsh melodics, but there has to be something very primal and muscular about it at the same time. Plus, that album artwork is absolutely stunning as well. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up I have Sakna with the Syv Dødssynder, which translates as the 7 Deadly Sins. And this is the only album from the black metal project. Now, the story behind this album completely moved me. This is a culmination of the life works of the multi-instrumentalist and artist Solemn, who sadly passed away back in 2011 after taking his own life. And in the coming years after this, up until this point when the album has been released, his brother was collecting, salvaging, mixing and producing the album to release it to the world. And what we have now is an absolute work of art. Now, despite the very sad story behind this album, the album itself is a masterpiece. This is depressive black metal, it's full of emotion, but it's raw and incredibly powerful. The tremolos are insane, the blast beats are driving, the bass lines are slamming, and those venomous screams and roars are so impassioned and full of emotion. I wanted to share this album to you guys because despite the fact the story behind this album is very gut-wrenching and moving, the album itself is a work of art. This is fantastic depressive black metal. It's full of energy, passion and emotion, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So if you are a fan of the likes of Emperor, Windear or Dissection, this one is definitely for you. Definitely check this out. It's an emotional roller coaster, but it's an absolutely stunning album and I cannot get enough of it. Do not sleep on this one. Okay, so next up I have Orm with Guld, and this is the 4th studio album from the progressive epic black metal band from Denmark. Now, this is abrasive and aggressive black metal full with epic atmosphere and progressive experimentation. Now, this is a sprawling soundscape of epic proportions. There's only 5 tracks on the album, with each track spanning between 6 and 12 minutes long, but you can easily get lost when you're listening to this. You have your intense riffs, your insane blast beats, your chugging bass lines and constantly shifting time signatures. But even though the time signatures are very interesting, it still flows incredibly well. It's not jarring in the slightest and the time signatures are expertly executed. Plus there's a lot of really epic atmospheric flourishes to give it that grand, opulent feel. This album is just full of furious aggression, rich rhythm and really cool progressive elements. So if you are a fan of the likes of Emperor, Dissection and Wolves in the Throne Room, this one is definitely for you. Definitely check this one out. I love the album artwork on this as well. It's full of really epic moments, cool progressive moments and solid black metal. Definitely check it out. Okay, so next up is an album that I absolutely fell in love with, and that's One of Nine with Dawn of the Iron Shadow. And this is the 2nd studio album from the atmospheric black metal band from the US, but I'm not sure specifically which state. This is Tolkien-inspired black metal, so of course I was going to be all over this. Anytime a death metal or a black metal band incorporates Tolkien's work into their music, I am sold instantly and I am all over that, and that is exactly what happened with this. I am a huge Tolkien fan, so when you mix that with atmospheric black metal, which I recommend all the time because I cannot get enough of it, it's a done deal for me. I absolutely loved this album. But not only that, it gets even better because it actually includes guest spots from 2 of my favourite black metal artists, Halder and Lamp of Murmur. So when I learned that about this album, I was so excited and I wasn't disappointed. In fact, it exceeded all expectations. Majestic doesn't even begin to cover this album. You've got your intense tremolo picking, screaming solos, charging, driving blast beats, and really cool atmospheric flourishes that are incredibly well placed and weave in and out of the black metal. You've got spoken word passages, you've got this very grand, opulent atmosphere, and it's just an absolutely stunning record. Now, the album artwork was actually created by Ted Naismith, who has done some of the illustration for Tolkien's work, which just adds that cherry to the top of the cake, doesn't it? It just, everything about this screams Tolkien, and I am absolutely obsessed. So if you are a fan of the likes of Dimmu Borgir, Fahrenholt, and Emperor, definitely check this one out. I was so excited about this album. It did not disappoint. It exceeded all expectations, and this is definitely going to be a high contender for Album of the Year. Do not sleep on this one. I highly recommend that you check this one out. Okay, so next up I have Burned in Effigy with Tyrannous Aeternum, and this is the second studio album from the neoclassical melodic death metal band from Illinois in the US. This album is incredible. It's harsh, it's in your face, it's commanding, but it's so ridiculously catchy. It definitely falls on the heavier side of melodic death metal, but it has a lot of really cool neoclassical elements. Now, the album is basically split up into 3 different chapters. So there's 3 main songs, and then an interlude, and then another 3 songs, and then another interlude, and then the last 3 songs. And it's split up incredibly well, so it does give you a little bit of a reprieve, but the neoclassical elements in this fit so ridiculously well with the harsh elements of melodic death metal. The guitar work in this album is incredible, paying very close attention to detail. There's a lot of layered guitars going on here, and the rhythm section is thunderous. This is a highly enjoyable, addictive, yet brutally heavy record with a lot of those really cool classical flourishes. This is sharp, it's aggressive, and it's gonna keep you hooked in from the very first second. I did feature this band previously back in 2022 when they released their debut album Rex Mortem, so I was very excited to learn that they were releasing a new one, and I was not disappointed at all. So if you are a fan of the likes of Ex Mortis, Inferi with the Black Dahlia murder, this one is definitely for you. Definitely check it out. Like I said, it falls on the harsher, more heavier side of melodic death metal, but those neoclassical touches are incredibly elegant but so ridiculously powerful. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up I have Outlaw with Opus Mortis, and this is the 4th studio album from the black metal band from Brazil but are currently based in Germany. I loved this. It's dramatic, it's theatrical, but it is brutally heavy. Huge influences from the Scandinavian black metal scene. This album is aggressive, it's intense, and the melodics are incredibly dark and harsh. You've got your rapid tremolo picking, screaming, dizzying solos, intense blast beats, chugging bass lines, and these blackened death growls and screams which are ridiculously powerful. There's also a lot of really cool keyboards in the background as well, which don't overstay their welcome. They don't take away from the black metal, they're very subtle, and they add that gorgeous atmosphere. Plus again, that album artwork is absolutely stunning as well. This video is just full of absolutely amazing album artwork. So again, if you are a fan of the likes of Dissection, Volcandra with a little bit of Dark Funeral, this one is definitely for you. I absolutely loved this, it completely blew me away. It's equal parts heavy, dark and enticing, brutal, but there's this gorgeous atmospheric melodic foundation in there too. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this correctly or not, but we will run with it anyway. I have Aephanemer with Utopie, and this is the 4th studio album from the symphonic melodic death metal band from France. This album was stunning. It's theatrical, it's grandiose, it's opulent, but it's brutally heavy. The orchestration in this is absolutely stunning. This is melodic death metal in the form of an opera. There's just something huge about this. It's commanding, it has this massive presence, but the melodic death metal is certainly on the heavier side of things. Marion's vocals are outstanding. They're powerful. Those gutturals have a lot of energy and a lot of passion behind them, and they just do not stop. This is an absolutely unrelenting album full of cool riffs, screaming solos, dense, rich melodics, thunderous rhythm sections, and a lot of symphonics and orchestration to give it that magical atmosphere. So if you are a fan of the likes of Mors Principium Est, Winter Sun, or Insephirum, this one is definitely for you. I absolutely loved it. The orchestration is stunning and it's mixed in incredibly well with the melodic death metal. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so last up on today's incredibly stacked list, but certainly by no means least, I have Nyrak with Phoenix Mortis. And this is the third studio album from the progressive black metal band from Belgium. This is dark, it's fiery, it's intense with huge Scandinavian black metal influences. The melodics are harsh, the black metal is incredibly heavy, but it has a lot of really cool atmospheric and progressive flourishes to keep you hooked. You don't know what direction this album is going to go in the best possible way, and it's going to keep you on your toes. The vocal style on this is your blackened, venomous screams, which are incredibly powerful and quite despairing at times, which really adds to that ominous, haunting atmosphere that the band are going for. The orchestration and the synths are incredibly well placed, which weave in and out of the black metal, and the time signatures are dynamic. There's something very captivating and enticing about this album. It's dark, it's ferocious, and it's incredibly heavy, but there's a beauty behind that as well. So if you are a fan of the likes of Winterfellith, Dødssynder, or the Argesk album that I recommended recently, this one is definitely for you. Absolutely loved it. This is the kind of black metal that I absolutely fall in love with each and every time I listen to it. Cannot get enough. Do not sleep on this one either. Okay, I need a nap now. I need a nap because that was absolutely insane. The amount of albums that dropped on Halloween was just incredible. And now I'm very tired and I need to have a nap. So as always, let me know in the comment section below what you think of today's records. And if you have any of your own recommendations, please let me know and I will definitely get them checked out. I listened to a lot of albums over the course of the weekend, but those 11 were the ones that resonated with me the most. And I probably did miss out on quite a few. So if you have anything else to recommend that wasn't included in today's list, please let me know. If you use Spotify, make sure to follow the Spotify playlist in the description box below because I update that every single Monday when one of these videos goes live. At the time of recording this, I believe the Sakna album was not available on Spotify, but the Bandcamp link will be included in the description box below, alongside all of the other bands' Bandcamp links or their YouTube channels, just so you guys can find the music that I'm talking about as easily as possible. If you want to follow me on social media, please feel free to do so. All of my links will be in the description box below. I'm going to go have that nap now. Thank you all so much for your support. I really do appreciate you all as always, and I will see you very soon in my next video.